Welcome to the 5-Minute Warfare podcast from 5minutewarfare.com, where we dive into history's most pivotal battles and military strategies in around 5 minutes. Episode 1. The Battle of Thermopylae. 300 Spartans against an empire. The Battle of Thermopylae, fought in 480 BCE, is one of the most famous military engagements in ancient history, known for the valor and sacrifice of a small force of Greek soldiers, including 300 Spartans, who stood against the vast Persian Empire. This battle, fought during the Greco-Persian Wars, has become emblematic of heroism, determination, and the concept of fighting against overwhelming odds. Despite the eventual defeat of the Greek forces, their stand at Thermopylae became a rallying cry for the Greek city-states and inspired future generations with its tale of courage. The Persian Empire, under King Xerxes I, was one of the most powerful and expansive empires of the ancient world. It stretched from Egypt to India and sought to subjugate the relatively smaller and fragmented Greek city-states. Xerxes' father, Darius I, had launched the first Persian invasion of Greece a decade earlier, which ended in a Persian defeat at the Battle of Marathon in 490 BCE. Seeking revenge and determined to conquer Greece, Xerxes assembled a massive army, reportedly numbering in the hundreds of thousands, though ancient accounts, especially Herodotus's, are likely exaggerated. Even so, it is undisputed that Xerxes' forces vastly outnumbered those of the Greeks. The Greek city-states, traditionally fragmented and often at odds with one another, united in the face of the Persian threat. Led by Athens and Sparta, they devised a strategy to block the Persian advance into Greece by holding the narrow pass of Thermopylae, located between the mountains and the sea. Thermopylae, meaning hot gates due to the nearby hot springs, was an ideal location for a defensive stand. The narrow pass would negate the numerical superiority of the Persian forces, forcing them into a bottleneck where their large army could not fully deploy. The Greek forces that gathered at Thermopylae numbered around 7,000, including soldiers from various city-states, but the Spartans, under their king Leonidas I, took a leading role. The Spartans were known throughout the Greek world for their military discipline and warrior culture. Trained from a young age in the harsh agog system, Spartan soldiers were considered among the finest warriors of the ancient world. Leonidas, recognizing the significance of this battle, brought with him a personal bodyguard of 300 elite Spartan hoplites. These men were chosen not only for their martial prowess, but also for their status as fathers of living sons, a testament to the high likelihood that they would not return from this fight. As the Persian army approached Thermopylae, Xerxes sent envoys to the Greek camp, offering them a chance to surrender without bloodshed. Leonidas, famously defiant, is said to have responded to the Persian demand to lay down their weapons with the words "molon labe," meaning "come and take them." This phrase has since become synonymous with defiance and resistance against overwhelming force. The battle itself took place over 3 days. On the first day, Xerxes, confident of an easy victory, ordered his troops to attack the Greek positions. However, the narrow pass played perfectly into the hands of the Greek defenders. The Persian infantry, lacking room to maneuver, found themselves facing the disciplined Greek hoplites, who fought in a tightly packed formation known as the phalanx. Armed with long spears and heavy shields, the hoplites held their ground, repelling wave after wave of Persian attacks. The Persians, unused to the heavily armored Greek soldiers and their well-coordinated tactics, suffered heavy casualties. On the second day, Xerxes, frustrated by the lack of progress, sent his elite unit, the Immortals, into battle. The Immortals were the personal guard of the Persian king and considered the best soldiers in the Persian army, yet even they could not break through the Greek phalanx. The Greeks continued to hold the pass, and the morale of the Persian forces began to waver. Despite the Greeks' success in holding the line for 2 days, the tide of the battle changed due to treachery. A local Greek, Ephialtes, seeking reward from Xerxes, informed the Persian king of a secret mountain path that bypassed the pass at Thermopylae. This path allowed the Persians to outflank the Greek forces. When Leonidas learned of the betrayal, he realized that their position was no longer tenable. Knowing that the battle was lost, Leonidas dismissed most of the Greek forces, allowing them to retreat and regroup for future battles. He chose, however, to remain at Thermopylae with his 300 Spartans, along with a contingent of Thespians and Thebans who refused to abandon the fight. The Spartans, bound by their warrior code, saw this as an opportunity to fulfill their duty to Sparta and die in glorious battle. On the third and final day, the Persians, now attacking from both the front and rear, overwhelmed the remaining Greek forces. Leonidas and his men fought valiantly to the end, but they were eventually surrounded and killed. The Spartans and their allies, outnumbered and outflanked, held their ground to the last man, dying in defense of their homeland. Although the Battle of Thermopylae ended in a Persian victory, its significance extended far beyond the battlefield. The sacrifice of Leonidas and his 300 Spartans became a powerful symbol of resistance. The battle delayed the Persian advance long enough for the Greek city-states to prepare for further engagements. It also provided a crucial moral victory for the Greeks, galvanizing them in their defense of their homeland. In the months following Thermopylae, the Greeks would go on to achieve decisive victories, most notably at the naval Battle of Salamis and the Battle of Plataea. These victories ultimately ended the Persian invasion and preserved the independence of the Greek city-states. Thermopylae, with its tale of courage and sacrifice, became immortalized in Greek history and has continued to resonate throughout the centuries as an enduring symbol of heroism against overwhelming odds. I hope you enjoyed that episode of the 5-Minute Warfare podcast from 5minutewarfare.com. If you get a chance, please leave a review wherever you get your podcasts, as it will help us to grow. Also, why not check out our other 5-minute podcasts, 5-minute biographies, 5-minute history, 5-minute murder, and 5-minute mysteries. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.